Thank you everyone for joining me for this morning's intro to flow practice. My name's Helena and I'm the owner of Infine Feather Yoga if we haven't had the chance to meet and connect. And I'll invite us to begin our practice coming to lay down on the back. But if lying all the way down maybe doesn't really feel like it supports you this morning, feel free to stay in an upright position. We really just want to begin being able to find the spine, or even like a neutral body. Maybe where the chest can open, the arms can stretch out. You can soften through the hips and thighs. And then as you settle into your space, get out any of those last little sensations to maybe fidget or adjust yourself. And then allow your eyes to close. Try to encourage a soft space behind your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose to fill up. And then open up your mouth and sigh, audible, your breath out. Doing that one more time, breathe in deeply. And then open up your mouth and sigh your breath out. As you arrive on your mat this morning, just do a quick scan to see where you might be holding on to some tension, where you might be gripping. Maybe it's through the jawline, through your palms, through your chest and your heart center. And then see if you can invite those spaces to soften. If it's available to you at this point in your practice, start to deepen your breath, longer inhales. And deeper exhales. As the breath expands deeper into your body, watch where it travels. And perhaps it starts to create a deeper pathway into your body where you can sense how you're feeling. Whether or not the body is holding energetic tension, emotional tension, physical tension, I want you to acknowledge it without any judgment. It's simply taking like a little inventory on how you've landed on your mat this morning. Breathing deeply, letting the breath travel, even so the sensation of the breath starts to move down through the arm bones, down through the legs. And with your mind's eye, following the pathway of your breath. And seeing if that anchor into your breath starts to hold some space for you. To simply feel how you feel. You know, I woke up this morning to some good news, and I woke up to some bad news, and that seems to be our normal right now. But where do you choose to focus your energy? I am grateful that Carol posted on our community page. You know, what's one thing that you're grateful for this morning? And I was very grateful to wake up in a very comfortable bed with sun coming through my window, a simple joy. And then seeing other people's experiences of a warm cup of tea or making a hot pot of coffee, a community like ours to help support you. And for now, I'm going to allow that feeling to be what's on my forefront, because that's the best we can do. Acknowledging, again, the heaviness or the tension that you might be carrying. Anchoring into your breath and seeing if you can offer yourself a space to make it just a little bit lighter. What was the body, mind grateful for as you woke up this morning? really simple things. My friends sent me a funny video. I got to have a quick call with my mom, who I see has joined our Zoom meeting for the first time. Hi, Mom. So we'll take 5 or 6 more deep breaths. Letting the breath travel throughout your whole body. Not only as an offering for some ease, but also just to acknowledge simply how you're feeling and being okay with that. As the mind wanders, possibly off to any stories our minds might start telling us, any exaggerations or doubts or worries, anxieties that we're all probably holding right now, remind yourself of the little joys and the privilege that we all have to wake up in the spaces that we wake up in. And the privilege that we all have to arrive here as a community. On your next inhale, hold it at the top. Feel the fullness of your lungs. And then open up your mouth and sigh your breath out. Start to move a little bit through your fingers, your toes. You can roll out your wrists, rock the head right and left. And if you're in an upright position, slowly bring yourself down onto the back. And we'll meet there. Once you're on the back, start to walk your legs towards the right corner of your mat. Legs are straight. Let the left ankle cross over the right until you feel like a gentle side body stretch through the left. If you'd like to make this a little bit deeper, take your left arm, sweep it up overhead. Try to reach it for the right corner of your mat. Then picture that line of energy from your left fingertips all the way down through your left side body, into your left toes. Deep inhale and exhale. So we're kind of making like this half moon shape with the body. Then pace the legs back through center. Let them move over to the left side of your mat. Right ankle crosses over top, and just notice right there if that's enough sensation. Or right arm sweeps overhead. Just stretch through the whole right side body. Breathe in and out. Legs back to center. Torso back to center. Bend your knees. With your knees bent, sway them side to side. And feeling the sway of the knees creating a massage for your hips, a massage for the back body. Even a little bit of a rotation as it moves up the spine. Go one more time each way. And then let your feet plant down. Knees hug in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Lift the nose up towards your knees, hugging in. Using a little bit of strength from the core to lift yourself up a tiny bit higher. Inhale. Release down, exhale. Roll onto your right or left side. And then use both of your hands to press yourself up into a tabletop position. So you're on your hands and knees. Take a moment to look under your belly and make sure the knees are under your hips. And then the shoulders are stacked on top of your wrists with your fingers spread really wide. On your next inhale, drop your belly down. Start to bring your chest forward and up. Feel the length come in through your front body, but try not to crank your head back. Keep the neck relaxed. An extra inhale, feel some length through the abdomen. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, draw your chin in towards your chest. And the space between your shoulder blades really presses up towards the sky, so press down through your hands. Inhale, softens the belly, chest comes forward and up, gaze lifts. Press down through your hands, tuck your tail around your spine. Heavy head, let the head drop. Start to move with your breath. Inhale brings you forward and up. Keep a little micro bend through the elbows so the arms are active. Round your spine, chin to chest. One more time, moving through, wave the spine up. Exhale, round. Come to a flat back or neutral. And whichever way serves you best, take your right foot and step it through between your hands. So you might want to grab the ankle and pull the foot there. Knee stacks on top. So make sure the joints are stacked. Tense your fingers. When you're ready, slowly lift your torso up. Now just being mindful of the back knee. If the knee's really uncomfortable, you can always place that blanket or pillow, something extra underneath it for more cushion. Your hands can stay braced onto your thigh for support, or when you're ready, sweep your arms up. I'm actively pressing down through the right foot to help take the strain off the knee, and then really using muscular energy so the hamstring helps support the low lunge. Take your right hand onto your right hip. Encourage the right hip to drop down. Lift up through your left fingertips. Breathe in. Side bend to the right. Slowly breathe out. Finding again that long line of energy through your side body. Come back up through center. Release your left hand down onto the earth. And then take the right shoulder, loop it up, back, and down a few times. Get some movement through the shoulder. Then peel your chest to open towards the right side. And pressing down firmly through the left hand. If it's available to you, really watch the shoulder. The arm might extend up, but if that creates a sensation of pinching or tightness through the shoulder or the neck, your hand comes back onto your hip, and that's where you're taking your twist for now. Inhale through nose. Good. Exhale, look down. Take both hands down. However you need to, step the right foot back to meet the left. Find your table. Spread your fingers. Roll through your cat-cows. Belly drops, heart lifts. Rounded spine, chin to chest. And maybe as you take a few more cycles on your own, moving in sync with your breath, do you notice it maybe feels a little different from when you first started your practice? Does it feel a little more fluid? Are you working through those sticky bits? That reminder with gratitude that this practice works. This practice helps create some space for ease in your body. And move through, but move with and process your tension. Complete your set. Come back to neutral. This time we guide the left foot through between the hands. You can always even lean over towards the right side to make some space to step your left foot through. Knee on top of ankle. Hands can walk up the thigh to lift your torso. Maybe find the cushion under the right knee if you need it. It even helps to imagine taking the weight out of the leg, so pressing down through the left heel as much as you can. Even pressing down through the right foot, whether the foot is flipped or flat. Arms extending. Good. Left hand onto hip. Anchor into the hip as you reach up through your right fingertips. Move slowly over towards the left side. Then reminding yourself to breathe. Can you still hear the sound of your breath through the back of your throat? Return to center. Right hand goes down. Stack the shoulder on top of your wrist. So you don't want the hand too far in front of you or too close to you. Set it up for support. Left hand onto your hip. Loop the shoulder again a few times. Warm up the joint. And then open towards the left. The option to reach the arm. Even noticing if side to side feels slightly different. Even if you're just encouraging yourself to look left, that's perfect. One more inhale. Look down, take both hands down. Left foot swings back, meet the right. Bring your big toes together, let your knees go a bit wider, and rest your hips back for child's pose. If your hips feel tight today, and you're having a hard time getting your bum down towards your heels, rock side to side, move into the hip creases. And that every little bit of movement creates a bit more friction and a bit more heat and circulation to that joint. Look forward, pull yourself back forward. Flip your toes behind you if they aren't already. Let's lift off the knees to send your hips up and back, but right away walk your hands back to meet your feet. Take a deep enough bend through your knees that either your belly's on your thighs. If you're tighter through your hamstrings, your elbows are propped up onto your knees, so you're supporting yourself, supporting the torso. Maybe hinge forward, releasing the head down. Hold for 3. Press down through the feet so your legs are active for 2. Good, inhale and exhale. Take your hands onto your shins or thighs, press yourself up into a flat back like a tabletop, then squeeze your shoulder blades together to try and lift your heart up. Bow back forward, drop your head down. Press into your feet, rise up to stand, sweep your arms up, deep breath in. Then give your arms a good shake, let them go, drop your arms down. Good. Then walk yourself up to the top of your space. Peek down at your toes and adjust your toes so your second and third toe are forward. And you want the feet under your hips, not too wide, but not right together. We'll move through a few half sun salutations, so getting the upper body moving and open. Sweep your arms high, breathe in. Big dive forward, bend your knees against your belly, comes onto your thighs. Try to drop your head. Hands to shins, lift your heart and flatten your back. Bow back in, heavy head. Rise up to stand, sweep up, gaze up, and we'll press our hands to heart center, down through the middle. Inhale, arms extend high, breathe in. Beautiful, big dive forward, let it go, breathe out. Hands onto your shins, flat back, lifted chest. Bow back forward. Strong legs to stand, sweep up. Press your hands in towards your heart. And then start to shift the weight into your right foot. Let this be a slow action to lift your left heel. Maybe you can start to lift your left knee in towards your chest, but move in progressions for wherever you feel stable. So even if it's the toes touching down, don't feel like you need to lift the knee up. It's just about getting steady through the right standing leg. Left knee comes in, one more breath. And grip down with the right toes, press into the right heel. And let's swing the left leg back, plant your toes, plant your heel, reach the arms into warrior 1. Right knee's on top of the ankle, try not to let it pass. Once the knee starts to pass the ankle, you're putting a little bit too much weight and strain on the joint. Let's again recruit the muscles to wrap around the bone and support it. A deep breath in, maybe the gaze lifts between your thumbs. Breathe out, hinge forward halfway, and sweep your arms back. Feel the right leg take some of that weight. Inhale to float the arms back high, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge forward. Go 2 more times like that, trying to make it steady and fluid. Moving with the breath. Last time, reaching up. Take your back foot, step it forward, give your legs a little shake off, let it go. You can rock forward and back into your feet, so come high onto your toes. Try to rock weight back into your heels to lift the toes up, and do that 1 or 2 times. A little more awake through the feet. Transfer the weight into your left foot without leaning back. Even lean an inch forward and see if the core ignites. And your left toes grip to lift up the right heel. Gradually the toes, gradually knee to chest. And don't lean back. Even if the tips of the toes are down, you're still strengthening your standing leg. Find a space where you're supported, breathe in. Sweep the right toes back, ground your heel, plant the foot, reach the arms. So warrior one's not a very long stance. Encouraging both hip bones to face the top of your mat. Don't even worry about extending the arms high. If the shoulders feel tight, your hands can even stay on your hips. And we can move from here, lifting the heart, lift your chest, breathe in. Hinge forward, bow forward, sweep arms back, breathe out. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, hinge forward. Go on your pace, not mine. So you can always move a little bit slower, or you can move a little bit faster. What serves you on your mat? Good. The next time you reach your arms up, gaze up. Take your back foot, step it forward, give everything a little shake off. Take your hands to prayer and heart center. Then try to lift your heart up into your thumbs so you're getting taller, lifting out of the side bodies. And then bend your knees slowly as if a chair was back behind you. Gaze down, but just make sure you can still see all 10 of your toes. The legs starting to build heat, but without collapsing forward, keep the chest lifted. The option to extend your arms forward if that feels okay through the shoulders. Maybe for a moment you can close your eyes, look inwards. Maybe notice the way that you're supporting yourself, creating some shifts in the body through your practice today, being grateful for that moment. On an inhale, rise up, strong legs, gaze up. Big dive forward, let it all go. Drop your head down, shake your head out, yes or no. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Then bend your knees enough here to take your hands down. We'll step back into a plank position. I'll do the modified expression. If the wrists and shoulders have anything going on today, take your knees down. Look past your fingers and feel how that helps to open up your chest a little bit more. Even lengthen the spine, breathe in. Lower onto your belly, exhale, breathe out. From your belly, point your toes and inch your toes back. Keep your elbows up towards the sky. Lift your heart halfway. If you can press more firmly through the hands, the option to come up all the way. Chest leading, but neck neutral. Hips move back in space. Flip your toes, downward facing dog. Look at the fingers and make sure your pointer finger is angled forward. Spread your fingers really wide. And then press through your hands to try and send your hips back in space. But don't lock out the legs. Keep a little bounce or bend through the knees.
catch a breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Try to straighten out through the back leg, kick out through the heel. Look towards your thumbs, right knee to chest, hug it in, and then flicker step, grab or pull, right foot comes through. Back heel goes down, shorten the stance. Setting up for our warrior one, your hands can walk up the thigh to lift your torso and sweep the arms up. Good, breathe into your warrior, knee on top of ankle, squares to the front of your space. One more breath. Then we'll open up the stance to warrior two, so the angle of your hips changes. Pivot out through your back toe. Maybe take a longer stance, inch the left foot back, reach the arms out. Good, you're taking the lunge through the front knee. Watch that the knee hasn't collapsed inwards. Keep the knee pressing open towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Deep breath in. Then reach yourself forward. Connect your right elbow onto your right knee. Extend the left arm high and lift your gaze. And then we begin to flow in and out of the right hip crease. Again, massage that joint, bring some circulation to that joint, lift your torso, breathe in. Hinge back forward, elbow to knee, breathe out. Go on your own rhythm, so guided by that anchor of your breath, lifting and lowering. As we begin the practice with the breath being like that pathway into your body, how does it even change as we move in and out of these different positions? Good. And the next time you hinge forward, elbow to knee, look down to your mat, plant both hands to frame your front foot, pivot onto your back toes and step back to downward dog. Full breath in. And sigh, breath out. Left leg reaches high behind. Straighten out through the back of the knee. Reach out through your toes. Look forward. Knee to chest, hug in. Flicker step your left foot through. Grab the ankle, pull it. Right heel goes down. The right foot could even step out a little bit wider for better balance. Lift your torso up when you're ready. Never hurts to feel the angle of the hips, the left hip drawing back, right hip drawing forward to really square off. Take a breath on purpose. And then open up your back, right toes. Left arm back, right arm forward. And then look at the feet. Make an imaginary line, the front heel intersecting somewhere with the back foot. Arms floating out. Be mindful of your warrior two that you're not sticking your bum back behind you or pressing your hips too far forward in front of you. Keep the hips in line with the heels. Good, full breath in. Reach yourself forward past your left toes, elbow to knee. Press actively into your knee so you can lift up. And find that reach from fingertip to fingertip. Drive into the feet, lift your torso back to warrior two. Then move yourself in and out, hinge forward, gaze up. On your own pace, moving in and out, tipping forward, and lifting the torso. And the next time you lift up to your warrior, straighten your left leg, and then adjust all 10 toes in the same direction. So we want a wide base between our feet. You can always flip yourself around to see the camera if that's easier. If you didn't end up on the right side, that's okay. And then line your heels up. And all 10 toes facing the same direction. Arms sweep out and then puff open through your chest. Take a big dive forward. Bend your knees enough for your hands to plant down, but straighten through the arms. So stack the shoulders on top of your wrists. The back might even flatten here. Good. Then start to lunge into the right leg. Pull your bum back behind you. Good. Really ground firmly into the left foot as you bend through the right. Come back to center. Breathe in. Then move towards the left. Bend into the left knee. Again, hands planted to the earth. Or you again can use the knee to support the elbow. Back to center, bend into the right knee. Holding here, maybe less weight into your fingertips. Brace through your core as if you're going to do like a tiny little bit of a cough. Everything hugs in. Your hands can come onto your hips. And this makes it a little bit more challenging. If it's available to you, airplane the arms out. Strong through the legs. One more breath. Beautiful. Release your hands down and then pass yourself through center. Bend into the left knee. Tented fingers. Counterbalance the weight as much as you pull your bum back. Lift your chest up. Option to bring your hands to your hips. Option to airplane the arms out. Good. One more cycle of breath. Release your hands. Come back through to center. Let's rise up, lift your torso. Turn your toes out to face the corner edges of your mat. Sink into your goddess squat, bend your knees. Try to open up the knees over the toes. It doesn't have to be just one dimension, it can be fluid, you can move. And the movement brings blood flow and circulation into the muscles to support them. Play around with the expression in your arms. Arms can extend out. If you like that sensation of the chest opening a little bit more, hold for 3. Trust the legs are strong and will hold you. Breathe to support them. 2. Get more active through the legs. And then when you can, bounce the knees and try and hop your feet together. Awesome. Step yourself up to the top of your space. Give everything a little shake off and maybe a moment to sip water if you need to take some water. We meet back in Tadasana, mountain pose. Second toe forward. Feet under hips. Stack your spine up to get tall, open up your chest. If it's okay, close your eyes. Breathing into the body, again to notice the pathway of how the energetic body feels, physical body feels, emotional body feels. If the mind has wandered, return to your small joys and the privilege of all the things we have to be grateful for. Inhale, reach the arms up. Big dive forward, let it all go, let your head drop down. Flatten your back, lift your chest. Inhale. Take a deeper bend through your knees. Plant your hands down to the earth. Step back to plank. And the options are always to keep your knees lifted, strengthening up through the core and the arm bones, or support yourself a bit more. Take your knees down and build strength from there. Move slowly onto your belly. Hug your elbows into your ribs. Beautiful, really nice, everyone. Point your toes. Lift your chest up halfway into Cobra. Try to press down through the feet and your thighs more. Maybe coming up all the way. Hips move back in space, toes flip, downward facing dog. Perhaps even a little more open through the hamstrings.
At this point in your practice, are the legs a little bit straighter, heels a little bit closer to the earth. Look to your thumbs, come high onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, see if you can get some power into the legs like a spring to even hop yourself halfway forward and then step yourself the rest of the way. Doesn't have to be graceful, come on to your bum. That was the quietest coming down onto bums I've ever heard. And then hold on to your thighs. So knees are bent. Draw yourself forward, lift your chest up. Press your feet into your mat so firmly and drag your heels in towards the bum that you feel your legs create like a deep rooting action into the ground. So feet press down and pull in. Lift your arms forward. Creating an expression for boat pose. If you're familiar with it, keep the engagement and the length in your spine. You can lean back. Maybe lift up your heels or your toes. We're holding for 3 breaths. One day the shins come parallel to the earth. Good. Lift your heart up a little bit higher, even if your feet are down. Release the legs. Be sure there's space behind you. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Keep just the right knee in and extend your left leg out in front. We're opening up through the hips. Take your right knee out towards your armpit. If you're familiar with half happy baby pose, bring your hand to the inside of your right knee. Grab for your shin or your ankle. Depending on how the hips feel today, you might be able to grab for your foot and try to draw your right knee down. Do your best to keep your left hip anchored. Press your left hip into the earth. And then slow the breath down. Hold for 4 or 5 cycles. And when you complete your breath, there's no rush to bring your knee back into chest. Plant your right foot down, switch sides. Left knee hugs in, right leg stretches out. Open up your knee towards the side. Perhaps grabbing hold of the ankle, maybe the foot. Your right hand can press into your right hip. Find a steadiness to the rhythm of your breath. Left knee comes back to center. Right leg hugs in to join. Massage the back one more time. Rocking right or left. And if you need any other movement at this point in your practice, And one final adjustment. We're preparing to move into resting pose, Shavasana. Arms and legs extending out. You might want your blanket to stay cozy and warm. Socks for the feet. Feet stretched to the outer edges of your space, palms to the sky. And the palms face up, the heart open. Not only a way to bring ourselves into the most anatomical neutral position, but also open palms and heart to receive the benefits of your practice. See if you can invite yourself to become deeply relaxed. So dropping any effort, especially if there's already so much about our days that can be taxing on the body. Let Shavasana, deep rest, be a gift back to our bodies that are constantly holding us through this time. Trust that my voice is here and will slowly bring me back. Let go. Taking just a few more moments in this restful position, but start to become more conscious of your own stillness. And perhaps through your practice this morning, you were able to see the qualities within yourself that invite you to find ease and comfort. As you deepen your breath, how your breath can constantly be an anchor for sensing and feeling the body exactly as it is, especially as we move through this uncertain time. Know that it's okay to be experiencing, foreign emotions. Find comfort, balance, and stability in the breath. If it feels natural, start to wiggle your fingers or your toes, bring in some movement. And our breath being a reminder to come back into the body, and a body that can experience joy and gratitude for those simple little things day to day. Flutter your eyes, let in some light, roll out your wrists, what feels good. Maybe even a good morning stretch, arms reaching overhead, getting tall, getting long. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Roll onto the right or left side, use your arm as a pillow. In your own time, press yourself up into seated. Let's meet there, legs crossed. And stacked spine, sit up tall, bring attention into the spine, lengthen the crown of your head up. Sweep the arms overhead, inhale. Pull some energy down and towards your heart center, bow your chin in towards your chest. It's truly an honor and a pleasure guiding you through this practice. Thank you so much for trusting in me to guide you. The best and highest in me bows to and recognizes the best and highest in each of you. Namaste.